Fantastic Four, starring Reed Richards, Stu Richards, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm. Reed Richards with his power to stretch. Stu, the Invisible Girl. Johnny.
Flame on. Oh my god, it burns, it burns, it burns. Ah!
Not again.
The Thing with the strength of 1,000 men. The Fantastic Four. Fantastic.
Let me get my pillow first before I forget.
My pillow.
Well, you know what I mean. Of course, it's not
Yeah.
my pillow, fucker. Because who would want this pillow? Look at this fucking shitty squares and triangles on it. Fucking throw pillow. More like throw it away. Piece of shit. No, I don't care.
I was talking about Mike Lindell. His my pillow. His pillow even.
Who the fuck? Who's Michael Lindell?
Do you don't know Mike Lindell?
No, is that a pillow guy?
Yeah, he's the pillow guy. He's the creator of My Pillow.
Oh,
The softest, most comfortable pillow to ever be
That
known to
scam.
man. Yeah, no lumps. Nothing. Your head doesn't sink into it. It's got the perfect cushioning. You know, My Pillow, and he's also a very big donor and believer in the Donald Trump Foundation. He's a hardcore Trumpy. He's deep in those weeds.
he's a hardcore Trumpy.
Yeah.
So he's donated to like what? Trump's like businesses,
Fucking probably.
organizations, events, or something like that.
Probably, yes, and organized and funded events out of his own pocket that he hosts, just like giant fucking conferences. Well, he literally had a live stream that was like 24 hours, I think, like 20 hours, and he was going. He was just
What were
going.
they talking about?
Fucking fine though, right wing politics and propaganda and shit, you know.
But you were there,
and,
right?
how the election was stolen. I mean, I left no paper trail. I mean, there was no paper trail left that would insinuate I was there. So for all intents and purposes, no, I was not there. Just like I was not there on the morning of January 6th when all those righteous rioters stormed the Capitol building.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a week ago. I commemorated the celebration. I lit a candle before I took a shower. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I was there. I had the war paint on, black face. I had a yellow back. I was all in, man. I was
Yeah.
all in.
I remember. I think I saw it. You had like I saw you in some of the news coverage. You had like a head just like a bull with like way shorter horns though than the QAnon shaman. So that's probably why you didn't get as much coverage, because he had bigger horns and better face paint.
Well, of course. I mean, I went to the Dollar Tree to get my supplies. He made everything himself.
He does have Native American ancestry, so it is okay for him to wear that headdress.
Oh, really?
He's one of those fucking
What
guys.
tribe?
Fucking Cherokee or some bullshit, like all the fucking white people like me.
Oh, you claim yourself to be Cherokee?
Just like fucking 1.3% or some shit.
Yeah, you probably
think
fucked
it's
one,
Cherokee.
but probably not.
No.
Full.
No, my ancestors were like those guys in Killers of the Flower Moon. Just probably just came in for a little bit of that sweet Cherokee money, whatever little there was.
Yeah, you look like Leonardo DiCaprio's character, especially with that facial hair of yours.
There was a guy who got caught fucking a cow somewhat recently. He looks like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Where was this? Why wasn't I invited?
It was somewhere in some fucking backwoods country place where they have cows. Probably somewhere in the Midwest, I think. But yeah, he was fucking calflings, veal, baby cows.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder why they taste so good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the farmer was like, yeah, for some reason, like the past few months, we were thinking they had like pneumonia or something was wrong with them, and they were diseased, and it was like tearing the family apart or something. Not really, but there was just like people in the family being like, "Why are these cows sick? You didn't take care of them, or what'd you do to their food?" But it was this guy pumping numerous hot loads into them that looked strangely like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, they probably fucking got STDs, all these other fucking things.
Probably did have pneumonia.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It could have been some
probably
sort of
not.
respiratory disease. We're not doctors.
Something, who knows? But it must have been some good cussy, some good cussy over there.
Where do you hear about this? This is like the Google
news
notification?
places. The Josh Potter show. He has a lot of people. His fans send in news stories for him to read about, and it's usually crazy, weird shit like that. And also the channel I've talked about before, Internet Common Etiquette, or not him too. He's great, but he doesn't do news. Internet Today. It's these two guys, Ricky and Elliot, and they break down news, like all sorts of news, anything you'd possibly be thinking about. Where it's like big overseas conflicts, like the latest Elon Musk fiascos and snafus. I'm up to date on all of it.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to get your news somewhere. And why not get it from a hilarious source, a la The Daily Show or that type of shit.
I get my news from the SpongeBob Newsfish newscaster.
See?
Breaking news.
That's another good one.
But I've only been like following. I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw it randomly like 3 weeks ago. It came up where it popped up. I was just scrolling through our reels on Instagram. I was like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
shit. Followed right away, and now every time I get on Instagram, it's one of the first things I see. Is like breaking
Because
news.
there's always breaking news happening.
Apparently so.
I wonder if there's a guy doing it, or if there's like an AI program that's analyzed the newscaster voice and can just do it.
I think it's an AI program that, because I highly doubt all the words that from every reel that this fish has said have been from the show.
Well, no, not from the show, but like a person doing it. It's like
Oh,
imitating
maybe.
the voice.
No, I think it's AI. It sounds kind of AI generated.
Yeah, just the way the cadence and how it maintains that breaking news-esque tone. Yeah, it probably is like an AI sample. Because that's how that fish only talks in the few segments you're in the show. So it only has that to go off of. So it just builds that same cadence and tone with everything.
But we haven't talked about the real issue at hand that's been happening lately.
Which
the
is?
U.S. and the UK bombed Yemen.
So it took them long enough. No, did they?
Yeah, they
Why?
did.
Why? What the fuck's going on in Yemen?
I don't fucking know.
Jesus
But
Christ.
apparently, it was done without Congress's consent, and it's a whole big fucking thing. Apparently, I could be wrong. You could put the right thing up here, whatever. But apparently, from what I've been hearing, what I've been seeing, apparently, they bombed Yemen, and they weren't supposed to, obviously, because nobody gave the yes on it. So now this is an
And
act.
what the fuck is going on in Yemen?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Things haven't been happening in Yemen since like the 80s or some shit. I think that was when the last Yemen crisis happened.
I don't know.
Somewhere in the same area as Free Tibet. That was the area of, that was the era rather.
Wild. I don't know what's going on, man. I just see these things, and I'm just like, well, let's if we get drafted.
Oh yeah. Did you hear about Taylor Swift?
What
Speaking
happened?
in the same vein, apparently Taylor Swift is a government asset.
She has a government
No,
asset?
she is a government asset.
Oh,
She's a pawn
God.
of the CIA and the government.
Oh, Christ.
Because she's telling people to vote.
About what?
Nothing. She's just telling people to vote bipartisanly. She's not addressing fervor for either side. Just saying, hey, vote.
Yeah, but voting is only like good for like voting for like city issues and stuff. And voting isn't going to help like with the bigger picture on stuff.
Well, no, but just in general, it's good to vote.
Well, yeah, sure.
That's all she's saying. And right wing crazy fanatics are saying that she's a government implant because she's dating Travis Kelce. After she dated him,
Oh my God.
and Travis Kelce, he was in an ad for Pfizer promoting the vaccine. So
she's a what is it? The donkey or the elephant?
Or
do they
elephant.
not go by that anymore?
I think elephant
It's
is
an
Republican.
elephant?
Yeah,
She's an elephant.
I don't think they do.
I don't know.
She's a wasp or
A wasp.
there's all these anagrams and shit that mean like Republican. Rhinos. So that's another one. Rhino, which is
Rhinos.
Republican in name only. So it's like that's a Republican like senator or something who doesn't share Republican ideals. And
What about the H?
There is no H. It's just RINO. It's not actually. It's
Oh.
R. Yeah, and then WASP is another one of those. It's like an acronym for something. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. It just came to me. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. That's a WASP.
At some point, we're all gonna like laugh about these names, right? Because it's pretty silly.
Well,
you know?
because they are like things that it's just a colloquialization of it, and that is like a person type, like there are rhinos, and that's what real Republicans call them, is like, so yeah, you're just a fucking rhino, and it's just a shortening, and it's like a colloquialization. I don't think people use WASP anymore because white Anglo-Saxon Protestants aren't as prevalent in today's society. The only reason I know that is because I was reading The Godfather, the sequel book recently, and that takes place in the 60s. Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, I'm not heavy in those political subreddits. No, dredging up CIA docs.
No, I'm too stupid to understand politics and everything as a whole. I've said it before, and I will always say it.
That's why you should watch Internet Today because not only they're comedic, but they explain things in like easy to understand ways, and they read snippets of articles, and and they to be fair, they are a bit left leaning, but that's because they're center-ish left. They're not like hyper left wing, but they're just they're rational. They have rational thoughts like rational people do. Which is a lot of the left leaning people are that way, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's too much. I don't want to pull out my energy or I'll listen to it, like if it comes up on a podcast that I listen to and they talk about something like, oh, it's nice.
Yeah, but you don't want to go out of your way to just listen.
I don't give a shit about politics.
Because it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect
Well,
you.
it technically
it doesn't affect you directly,
Right.
and you're not involved in it directly. So yeah, there's no reason for you to, unless you want to get into politics, there's no reason for you to really pay attention too much, or
I'm going for the Senate, boys. 2057.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
I've thought about that before, running for some kind of office.
Really? That's stressful.
But I just think, because I would try to just not give a fuck and try to be like one of those,
like Donald Trump.
Well, no, because he's too into it, because he's sniffing his own farts too much. He's huffing his own fumes, and he's too into it. I'd be like those 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds who get elected to the mayorship and don't really do anything. But I'd try to do it in like a cool way, I wouldn't be all high strung, whatever the fuck. But I try to do good things, but I wouldn't be too deep into it,
But it's funny,
It also would be funny. It'd be hilarious.
It's like the reel I sent you about Shane Gillis talking about him at the debate. Like,
oh
remember?
yeah, you can do that.
I thought, yeah.
Shut up, Pelosi. You're a bitch. he could just say that.
He could. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody else could.
No.
If we fucking saw Hillary Clinton say you're a bitch or something,
It's like
I'd be kinda-
that's the end of her.
she's
Donald,
done.
Donald Trump is say what you will about him. He is the only man who could go on a presidential or just any sort of governmental debate and just make fun of people and just like start just like going off, and then it would not harm him. If anything, it would only increase the likelihood that people would vote for him.
You're gay. Everybody's gay.
Listen, everybody, he's got no riz. He's not rizzed up, folks. He's not rizzed up.
Oh, dude, that'd be. Oh,
If Donald Trump started talking in those type of in like millennial speak, I'm sure he'd gain like at least like 10% of the millennial population to his side.
Dude, I'm just excited to see how this next election is gonna come, because
It's
like
later this year. This year.
This is turning out to be fucking well with everything going on. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna take over after this?
It's gonna be Trump v. Biden 2, Electric Boogaloo, and honestly, at this point, when we're recording this in mid-January, it can honestly go either way. I'm
Who
not
fucking
entirely
knows?
sure,
I don't know.
unless we get someone out of left field who just comes in and it's like, oh look, now this guy. Then I'm not sure. I think we should all just die. I think on November 24th, and wherever the election happens, we're all just going to spontaneously combust.
Kanye West, 2024.
Kanye it was Kanye for 2020. And then was it 2016 too? Did he? No,
I don't think it was 2020.
It was definitely 2020. I don't think he started talking about shit as early as 2016. Yeah, definitely Kanye 2020. Now,
That's my vote.
Kanye and Trump 2024. No, Kanye backpedaled his opinion on the Jews a little bit, which I'm honestly kind of upset about. But I'll still give him the vote.
Spoken like a real wasp.
Oh yeah. No, I don't even know what would be a good acronym for me. There might be one that already exists. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to take a stance on that, go for it. You can make one. Why not? Anybody can make an acronym for anything.
I think I'm just a nihilist. Cynical nihilist. That's what I am.
N stands for.
Ooh, and C stands for. You can do a lot of things with those two letters. You can do a lot of things with those two particular letters of the English alphabet. 2 out of 26.
That's too many letters for me.
Speaking of letters, Caesar, in the original version of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, there's a cave where you can find unknown, right?
Yes.
And then the other side of Sinnoh, there's a dude digging that cave, right?
Yes.
And the more unknown you find, the further in this cave he gets. And he's like, oh, competition. What'll happen first? Will you catch all the unknown, or will I finish this cave first? And the more unknown you caught, the further this cave would get. And if you caught all 26 plus the question and question mark and exclamation mark, you'd finish the cave and you'd come out onto the top. And there'd be an item there. And it'd be a rare candy. Cool. Do you know what you get in the remake?
What?
Fucking nothing. You don't get jack shit for getting all those unknown. You know how I know? Because I caught them all.
Yeah, but it's one rare candy.
But it's something.
That's not really worth it.
But it's more.
It's
more than nothing. It's infinitely more than nothing.
Yeah, but you level up so quick in that game anyway.
Doesn't matter. It's the principle of the thing.
No, fuck your principle. It's a one rare candy.
Even in the original game, it didn't matter because it was one rare candy. But it's something as opposed to literally nothing.
Yeah, but who's gonna catch all 28?
Me, a lot of people. That's
Sure.
why it was there in the original game, to just do that, so you can get a little reward for your troubles. You get nothing for doing this. You get nothing for it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me none that much.
I mean,
I can see why you'd be upset. Sure, there's nothing there, but like I said, you level up so fast anyway.
But that's not the point. The point is it's the principle of the thing. You set up a task for somebody, a challenge even, to tell them, hey, go fuck yourself and enjoy those filled up 28 slots in your PC, asshole.
But isn't it about the journey, Nick? Catching all 28? Isn't that the real reward?
Well, overall, but for this section of the game, though, this is what really matters. It ticks me off that they could have changed it to another item. It could have been a potion. I don't give a fuck.
That'd be even worse if it was a
But
potion.
it would have been something.
Yeah.
More than nothing.
Let's take a poll. How do you guys feel about it? If you're listening in right here, let us know down
Let
below.
us know. If you complete a task, would you rather receive something or nothing? Let us know. I'm dying to see the results of this.
Well, no one's going to vote on this anyways,
No,
but
I'm sure it'd be unanimous. People would want something. See, if you complete a job, you want something, right?
well, I mean, depends on the job.
Well, yeah, exactly. Fair enough. But if you're given a task, if you're given a challenge, like if you're playing a video game, Final Fantasy, for instance, and you get a quest, you're expecting something for finishing that quest, whether it's XP, money, an item. You're expecting something. But what if you do it and then the guy's like, okay, cool, and then nothing? How would you feel?
Well,
Like you'd wasted time? Like that
sure,
guy's an asshole?
I would be ticked off a little bit, but then I would just keep playing because I like the game.
But wouldn't you wonder, why didn't I get anything for this? What the fuck? Why? Wouldn't you wonder why and be a little perplexed as to why?
No.
Well, I think you're lying to yourself. I think you're lying to me. You're lying to yourself. Most importantly, you're lying to God.
Well, personally, like I don't care. Like if I play a game and I do something and I do in a quest, depending on how long it is, whatever, and I get to that point.
Let's say it takes you half an hour
Okay.
to go through a segmented quest. I'll go to the spot, talk to this girl, go to the thing, kill the thing, get the thing, come back, blah, blah, blah. That takes half an hour, and you get nothing for it.
Right.
The XP you earned along the way, sure, but for completing it, the final goal.
I would be mad to be like, well, it would be a waste of time.
But wouldn't you wonder, why didn't I get anything? Why was there...
Well, sure. In the moment, I would think about like, why didn't I get anything? But I mean,
But of course
I
you
can't
move on.
Of course, I would have to move on. I can't
Exactly.
question it at that point.
Exactly, but
you know?
you do question it. You're saying, why? Why didn't I? Why it would have been so? Why the fuck? And that's what I'm saying. It's why it was already there. They should have left the rare candy there. God damn it! I had 26 rare candies by the time I beat the game. No,
And you wanted
no,
27.
I had 15, and I wanted 16. Did I have 50? Yeah, I had 15 because I gave each one 3 besides Mischievous, who was level 70.
Well, now you know. Next time, you don't have to catch all 28.
Yeah, no, because it's not fucking worth it. Not worth it. God, it is worth it a little if you want more. What are the Pokeballs with the stickers on them? Because by default you can only have, I think, 12 customized balls. But
Yeah.
for each new unknown you show the kid in that area, he gives you a new one.
Oh.
So that is the one purpose. But give me the fucking rare candy. Give me the fucking give me the fucking.
But you're
rare
already
candy.
getting a reward then by getting.
I'm not going to like. I don't give a fuck about the fucking castles and stickers.
Oh, but you care so much about the one rare candy.
Yes.
You're crazy. You're fucking crazy. I would feel that's more of a reward getting those capsule things.
No.
That's cool.
Because you only have 6 Pokemon at a time. Why the fuck do I need 24 different fucking things? I can only have 6.
But I feel like that's more of a reward than a rare candy, you know?
I mean, nah.
All right. Yeah,
It depends. It depends on how far you want to go into the customization. Because it is cool having the option to customize more of your Pokemon, but those stickers only exist in Platinum and Diamond. I mean, in Diamond and Pearl. You can't, if you transfer those Pokemon into Sword and Shield or Arceus, they're not going to have those fucking stickers when you send them out.
Well, yeah, but not everybody's going to transfer them into the game, you know?
Exactly. And not everyone's going to use those fucking
Plus-
sticker capsules. Everyone's going to use that goddamn rare candy.
Sure, but you get more throughout the game. Look, obviously this topic is just depending on how you feel about it, and obviously we both have very conflicting things. Some people will agree, some won't. Just like everything else, I understand why you're upset. You can see why I
Don't
feel the way
care.
I do. You know, it's just that one thing. Like, all right,
All I'm saying is, fuck the Pokemon Company. Fuck, what are they called? There's another one, right? Animal Pocket.
Game Freak.
Game Freak. Fuck Game Freak.
Jeez, but you're still gonna play the game anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shut up.
Speaking of Pokemon, Chugga Conroy recently released his final episode of his Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 series.
Oh shit.
106 episodes.
Jesus.
The Black 2 and White 2 are big games. There's
Yeah.
a lot of shit in those games.
I know.
A lot of shit.
Can't wait for those remakes. That's gonna be great.
Fuck. Who knows?
We know.
Yeah, if they Black 1 and White 1 are easy to remake because Black 1, White 1 don't have the medals. The medals alone in Black and White 2 make that game 10 times bigger.
Well, for the remake, they're gonna get aspects from both of them and put them into one. They're not gonna make two
Well,
separate games for fucking
Well, I
the
don't know
remake.
because Black 2 and White 2 are sequels, so they might put some things that are in there in the remakes of Black and White 2, but not everything. They might put the medals because everyone I love medals on 2 because it's like achievements. Everyone loves achievements, Maybe that, but not. I don't think they'd make it one game. They wouldn't include the story of 2, but yeah, maybe some aspects and mechanics in it. Probably not Joint Avenue because Joint Avenue doesn't exist in 1. It's just a
I
different
remember
route.
that. That was fun.
Yeah, you get to make your own shops. It was crazy. There's a shop there for just like max training your Pokemon. It's like, I give this fucker 8 levels and 32 IVs in strength. There's a shop for that.
I don't remember most of this. I remember there was like item shops. There was things for training your Pokemon. That's the one I
That's
grinded
one.
out a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get that shop high enough, you can take away EVs and give it EVs and give it experience to give it like 8 levels and shit, and it costs a fuck ton of money, but yeah, it's there.
Good days, good times.
Yeah, when I first played Black and White 2, whichever one you let me borrow, I didn't like it because I wanted only the Pokedex from Black and White 1. Because before I play a game, I always plan on my team, So I was like, okay, this time going through the Unova region, I'll pick this one and this one and this one. But then I noticed you have the national decks basically right off the bat because there's other Pokemon from different regions in it,
Right.
And that completely fucked up my plans. So I'm going to get a Frillish. Oh, you can't get a Frillish until post-game. So, So that was one of the strikes I gave against Black 2 White 2 right off the bat. I just wasn't interested because I had that idea like already. It's like, I've already been through this region. It's like, what fucking... Yeah, I've already done it. But, that's a common misconception because Black 2 and White 2, they're
amazing.
Pretty good games. Pretty solid.
I loved them more than the first ones. The first one and the first story in Black and White was amazing. Don't get me wrong. But that's all it really has because after that, there's fucking nothing to do.
Yeah. And then I think Black 2, Pokemon Black and White versus Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 is similar in a way, not entirely, to Dark Souls 1 versus Dark Souls 2. Because in Black and White 1 and Dark Souls 1, it's like, okay, it's face value. It's like this new world, whatever the fuck you're going through it your first time. Black and White 1, it's like a whole new Pokedex, only new Pokemon, not a single returning Pokemon, entirely new Pokedex. It's a separate thing. And then Black 2, White 2, DS2, it's something entirely different. DS2 is whole different systems made by a different team, way more armored, way more like grandiose and trying new types of things. Black and White 2 is kind of similar. It's the same region, but there's more shit added. You can do these. There's Joint Avenue. There's the movie stars. There's other shit you can do. I'm sure that I don't remember. I know there's other things you can do constantly. Like there's the movie studio where you do the Pokestar Studio and what was the other thing I just fucking said? Joint Avenue. And there's other shit too, but it's the same but more, and it's trying new things. So I think that's the difference. But if you give enough time and love into investing into Black and White 2 / DS2, you'll find that it is a good product at its core.
Well, sure, they're all good. Each one has good things about them that you can love about the game. You know,
yeah.
it just whichever one you find that tickles your fancy more.
Exactly. It's a good game. I should go back and play it at some point. I should borrow it again from you. Probably won't, but it's a thought that counts.
I agree. I don't know if you would ever. I think I know I have it somewhere. I just gotta.
Somewhere.
Not somewhere. It's in my DS case. But
yeah.
Am I gonna pull that out of the shadows? No.
Out of the shadow realm. Speaking of games, I beat Power Wash Simulator recently.
Woo!
Yeah, I tried. I was gonna go for a platinum to get every single trophy, but there's one mission I got 100%, but I'm missing $2 because I cleaned one thing 99%, and I quit and I finished the mission before I got that part. So now I have all my power washing jobs are complete 100% except one, which is at 100%, but it's missing $2. So I think for that reason alone, I didn't get the trophy for completing career mode.
Damn.
And I can't go back and replay it besides in free play mode, and I don't know if that'll count
Probably
to increasing because I think you get money in free play mode either way. I'm pretty sure you get money, so I don't know if it would count towards 100%. So
did you Google it?
No.
Oh,
because I don't know if that would if I'd be able to find an answer. I'd probably just have to redo that entire job, which wouldn't take too long, maybe like an hour and a half. It's not too big of a job, but I don't want to fucking do that. So
it's the thought that counts. You already put in the work.
Oh yeah, I certainly fucking did. I beat every single stage. I didn't do the bonus missions because I was saving those for the end. But now that I can't get the platinum, I don't think I'm just gonna. I've already deleted it, so that's
Oh, you already deleted the game?
It was a fun time. Maybe one day I'll come back to it and I'll delete my progress so I can truly get the platinum. Or maybe I'll just try that one job and see if it'll count. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when that maybe happens.
Or when you upgrade to the 5, you can re-download that game at some point. Like, oh,
No. Because by the time I do that, I'm gonna play fucking Demon Souls,
Yakuza,
Yakuza 7,
yeah,
Yakuza Guide and the Man Who Lost His Name, Infinite Wealth. That's three fucking Yakuza games. I gotta play on the fucking PS5 alone. God damn, Yakuza's great. And then not to even fucking mention, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Armored Core.
I think that's the next game I'm gonna play next, Armored Core, because I'm very close to beating Baldur's Gate 3. I'm on the last fight.
Act 3.
I'm
Oh,
on the
last fight.
last fight.
Last fight of the game?
I know it's the last fight because this
Oh,
shit is
shit.
fucking wild and
All right.
it's hard and long. So
Yes.
it's been going, but once I do that, I think I'm probably gonna play Armored Core 6 next.
I'll let you know something right now. Armored Core 6 is made by From Software, the people who make Dark Souls.
Right?
It's not like Dark Souls.
I know. I've seen gameplay of it.
Have you seen the stat menu and all the fucking?
No,
You thought Dark Souls 2 had a fucking ton of stat options. Play Armored Core 6.
I know. I've seen gameplay of it and I've heard things about it. I know it's like very technical when it comes to customizing and building your robots and stuff. And I know it doesn't play like Dark Souls, but the fact that like
Somewhat
I'm
similar.
curious to see if I would like it. So I'm like I'm curious. I want to try it.
It's a very cool game. If you like building mechas and painting if you like playing with your toys and painting your little toys and playing with your toys, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, I play with my toys.
Oh yeah,
I flick the bean.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this game is fucking great. Even for people who, even if they're not into video games, people who just like to paint mechas and shit, because you can do that. You can go into the fucking Armored Core, into your core setting, and it's like, okay, your right arm, pick the base color, the accent color, the color shit. You can change every single aspect, every single color. You can download templates and shit and put them on. It's a real great game if you just want to play with your toys, and it's fun.
It looks fun, so that's why I would want to give it a try.
Yeah,
But I think first I would have to play the DLC for Final Fantasy 16 first.
yeah, because that's coming out.
It's already out.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah,
but
finish
I'll get
that
to
up,
it at some point.
Clear things up in order.
I'm very close to finishing that up too, so it's not even
nice.
it's not even that big of a deal.
What kind of robot would you want? Off the top of your head, what do you think
I
you'd
don't
go
know.
for?
I don't know.
Ideally, what do you think you would
I
want?
don't have an idea or anything about it because I haven't seen like in depth about the game. I would have to think about it. The only thing I know about a robot and stuff, I don't want something that's like fast and hits hard. That's all I know. I don't have like an idea.
How do you want to? Do you want to hit hard with guns? Do you want to hit hard?
Well, I don't know because I would want to try things out to see how I would feel about it. I don't have like an idea yet because I don't know anything about the game. I haven't looked into anything.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. All I've seen is just gameplays and other pictures of people's mechas. So I'd want to try things out in the game first before I make a decision on it. Sure, I could do research on it and stuff before that, but I want to go in and figure it out.
I'm not even saying do research, but blindly, not knowing anything. Because whatever type of mecha you want, you will be able to build. So, do you want one that shoots guns? Do you want one that hits hard? Just really basic idea. What's when you think of the mecha you would want to use? Because you might end up making multiple for different situations.
That's what I said. Something that moves fast and hits hard. I don't know. It could be a gun. Could be it itself. I don't know. If there's swords, I might do a sword. If that's cool.
There's little
but
sword
we'll
action.
see. I have a very basic idea.
Yeah, move fast, hits hard. That you can definitely do that. That is something you can do in any any and all permutation of those two adjectives. You can do it. Different types of legs. You can make it run on treads. You can make it like a fucking tank. You can make it like a fucking bird where it like jumps super high and fucking all sorts of shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's something I would definitely have to take my time on when it comes to customizing that. Whenever I get to it, sometime this year for sure.
Yeah, the stats are once you figure out how stats work and what they are, it makes it a little bit easier because then you're not looking at every single plus and minus. You're looking at the shit that matters. But before knowing those things, it is quite in depth and a little bit confusing if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. But it's a fun ass game.
Yeah, I like giant robot stuff.
Everyone loves a giant robot.
Sure, that's why I like Zone of the Enders. I like that giant robot battles.
Zone of the Enders, Evangelion, any and all Gundam. I've never watched a Gundam show, but I know they're all. Most of them are good.
Yeah, there's some that aren't that good.
Some that the story's a little iffy, but most of them are good. Giant robots are cool in general.
Yeah, who doesn't like giant robots?
I'll add it to the list of things that are undeniably cool. Giant robots,
cool.
Alongside dragons and and old school cars. Add giant robots there.
Right there, it's like 4 or 5 on the list. Right above cool cars.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, let's see what else we got fucking here. Oh yeah.
Oh god.
We brought up news earlier. Caesar, did you hear about the news about that Belgian guy who's dumping buckets of shit on passengers on a train? Because there was a Belgian guy dumping buckets of shit on passengers on a train.
Like he was in the train and he's just
And
pouring.
he had
it
a
on
bucket
people?
of shit and he dumped it on passengers and then fucking booked out.
Did they catch him?
Yeah. Yeah, they got him.
Okay, because I was first on Belgium. Fucking, what the fuck is going on
Give us
there?
another reason to bomb Germany. Well, yeah, Germany. Yeah, Belgium. Yeah, Germany. Yeah.
Is that in Germany?
There,
Belgium?
I think there's a country called Belgium, but they speak Belgian in Germany. I'm pretty sure.
But it's not part of Germany though. I
No,
think
it's
separate,
like
right?
close. It's like
It's
Austrian,
like
fucking whatever the
Bulgaria. It's
fuck.
like separate from the
Yeah,
actual
but
thing.
it's close. It's around there. So I don't know. Fucking yeah.
I'd hate to be in that situation.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
fucking just trying to enjoy my ride to fucking home or something. Some guy. Duh.
Yeah, he was a YouTube prankster. You know, he was one of those
Oh,
types who was
God.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a funny viral prank." So he'd get a big bucket and he mixed it with like dog poop, mud, leaves, paint, old food, and he just mix it up. And then on a train, he's like, and then he'd just run away. And yeah, they caught him. So
Was it worth the views? Probably not.
probably not. He probably didn't pay for his legal fees. Least of all, not let alone his bail and whatever the fuck else may come after. Probably didn't pay his legal fees.
You see, the only time a prank like that would be funny is if you had a bucket, but there was nothing in it, but you're like pretend to throw stuff on somebody, like, "Oh, I'm coming," and they're like,
And
they
even
don't
that's
see
kind of
the
just like an
bucket.
asshole thing to do.
Yeah,
Even
but
though no one
even
gets
then-
hurt, you're still being an asshole YouTube prankster.
Well, of course,
which
yeah.
is not only is it not part of the YouTube meta anymore, it's not cool and it's not funny. But
No.
there's no reason to do it besides you just wanting to be an asshole.
Especially like this guy. I don't know if you ever heard about this guy, but that guy that like some Mexican guy would go up behind people, be like "chupapi" or something like right in their fucking ear. Dude, this guy, but it would just be like so annoying because he would do it and they'd be like, "Hey, stop that," and then like a few seconds later, he'd go up and do it again to the same guy. Just fucking, and it'd be like in Home Depots, fucking grocery stores, right?
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
just fucking annoying. And I don't think, I think he probably stopped at this point because I haven't seen it. But I remember one video that I saw where he really got the shit beat out of him because some guy really just was not having it. He got him down in a fucking lock at a Home Depot after he's like, "I told you to stop it." And he's like, "How?" He's like, "Break, break."
I was just saying
It's
that's
not fun. It's not funny. It's annoying.
that's what's funny.
Well, of course, yeah, him
That's
getting
funny.
beat up, sure, but like the prank itself, like that's not funny.
Yeah,
Pranks to
no.
your friends, like if you go over, you're hanging out with them, like that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But like random, that fucking guy on the street doesn't need that shit,
Yeah, no, you just make you seem like an asshole. And I was gonna say that it's always great when these fucking YouTube pranksters they mess with that one fucking dude and he's like, "Hey man, I don't play that way. I'm gonna fuck you up." And sometimes they don't get a warning. Sometimes it's the first. "I'm gonna go to this guy, chupapi," and then fucking they get rocked to the side of the head. And then the camera asks, "Like, no, it's a joke. It's a joke." After the guy's gotten 3 or 4 punches, giving him a concussion, it's like, well, don't.
Especially now, because if you fuck with somebody now and they like martial arts, who have a gun or a knife on them,
Yeah,
you don't
or-
know what people have,
Like that one dude who got that prankster who got shot by that one guy in the mall or whatever, just like that.
Yeah. I think I remember vaguely what you're talking about. That sounds familiar.
And here's the thing: that guy who got shot, he doesn't care. He's gonna go out and do it again.
No, of course.
It gave him some clout, and he survived. And he's like, I'm gonna do it again. And he's like a 6'2" or 3, whatever. So he's tall, and that already gives him some sort of credit because people like tall people. It just happens.
Status.
People are attracted to people who are taller. It's just a thing. So he already has an ingrained sense of self righteousness. Yeah, I hope he gets shot again. I'll say it.
I'll say it too.
I'm not afraid to admit
I
it.
hope he dies. No, I don't.
I hope he gets shot and then gets shot 15 more times
care.
in the same hole.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I wonder if that would hurt because if you get shot with a large enough bullet,
Oh, of course it's gonna hurt.
well, it'll make an exit wound. But if you have someone whose aim is good enough to put more bullets in that same hole and they have the exact same trajectory, would it touch the edges of the stringy flesh that are hanging off from the first bullet impaction and do more damage? Or I wonder how that would feel.
Well, here's the thing: if you get shot with a bullet and the bullet gets stuck in you, instead of
that's fucked.
pulling it out with a hook, shoot another bullet and it'll pop it out.
It'll hit the back of that one and then push it all the way through. Then the second bullet will get stuck in there. But now there's already an exit wound. So you shoot the third bullet and then the third and the second bullet will both come out that exit wound.
Imagine if some idiot actually thought that makes sense. That's a good idea.
Bullets are crazy, especially like high impact rounds, like hollow point rounds. I was reading. I'll get to my book reading one book a week for this year in a second. But yeah, it's crazy how you can have a bullet that's like a hollow point or something that'll enter into somebody, and it'll be a bullet-sized hole, but the exit wound is like a fist-sized, just because the nature of the bullet, like it goes in and then explodes out and expands. Yeah, it's fucked up.
You know what's really scary? I don't remember what guys I saw this on YouTube, but they were it was a group of guys who were like gun fanatics. They're always teaching gun safety and stuff.
Oh
And for
yeah.
this video that they were doing they were shooting different rifles, but they were gonna have some of the friends of the group hang behind a hill. And then the other person who's shooting the gun was going to shoot the bullet over the hill so they could hear the impact through the wind as the bullet passed
Oh,
by
the
them.
the whizzing of it,
Yeah,
like, phew,
dude,
yeah.
and I'll tell you what, when it got to like the one like heavier, more
Yeah, like the
impactful sniper
446 rounds,
you
like
could hear
fucking.
that shit cut through the air. It's fucking terrifying.
Yep, it breaks the sound barrier. I'm sure a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. I'm like, oh my god.
Now as you're sitting in the fucking trenches, you got Jimmy's on the other side doing that to you.
I
Oh boy.
know.
And then you got to come up and fire back. Not great.
No, that's that. I think I've said this before, and I always say it. If I was ever in war, and like, of course, trench warfare isn't a thing anymore, but if it was, I'd be the guy. I'd be like, Vega, go take a look to see out there. I'm like, all right, I'd stick my head out,
Whoop.
instantly get
Yep.
shot, and I'm that guy. I would be that guy 1,000%.
I try to be the guy who doesn't do anything and just tries to survive. I'm not trying to push the landing point. I'm not trying to defend. I'm trying to survive out here. Whatever that means. If I gotta lay down, pretend I'm dead, or fucking just hold behind this tree for 6.5 hours.
No, but that's the fucked up thing. If you pretend you're laying there and dead, but then the enemy guys
They
come
come
up
back
with their
to you. Gotta make sure.
bayonets,
Bam,
yeah,
bam,
they
bam.
stab you
Yep.
or they shoot you.
Not great.
Oh.
Yep.
What was that movie? What was it? Was it? Yeah, I think it was Hacksaw Ridge. I love a good war movie. You
Oh
know?
yeah.
And there was a scene like that too, where he was like up on the hill, and there was like a bunch of dead people, and he had to pretend to be dead. So he threw a dead guy over him and like didn't move.
Yep.
And then they stabbed the bayonet on that guy who was on top of him, and then he just kept going. He didn't feel it obviously, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just terrifying. Just like
Yep.
ah,
That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
it's
Oof.
awful.
I'm sure there's a similar scene in Metal Gear Solid 5 when you're coming out of the hospital. You just gotta lay among the dead bodies covered in blood, and then they're coming through and they're fucking making sure they're executing the right ones. It's interesting. It's a fun time. Not fun to be actually in it, but
No, God no. But you know what is fun? Books.
books. Before we get into that, I saw a video earlier today. It was like some fucking dude. He had like an M16, like an AR or something, and he was like, he emptied the clip, and then there was like a pile of full clips, and the guy next to him just handed him a new one. He put it back in. He was just firing, and the barrel of it caught on fire.
Oh,
I think that's what they're trying to do.
God.
It's like, yeah, it's the only way we can go. It's on fire, and he's still shooting. Like, yeah, next one.
That's just gonna
And then it
blow
blows up, and then it blows up in his fucking hand. I don't think he got hurt because it showed the explosion, and then it showed it again, slowed down, and like the piece of like shrapnel from the gun like shot off. It didn't like stab him in the face or anything. So I think it like hit like he was wearing a helmet. I think and it like bounced off and he went back. So I don't think he got hurt at all, or maybe not too much. And the guy
Yeah.
next to him didn't get hurt either. But just yeah, that's another instance of fuck around and find out.
Yeah, but overheating of weapons and stuff like that is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, there's a reason in video games a weapon overheats and you can't use it because if you were to continue to use it, it would blow up.
But here's the thing: if your gun overheats, just dip it in a river real quick and should
Yeah,
be fine.
just put it in the mud. It's like a blacksmith, you know, when they put the swords in the fucking you
Yeah.
just do that in the mud and then it's fine.
Well, you would hope so.
Yeah,
But we're not
You just have to hope it
blacksmiths.
doesn't get clogged. You know, when you dear viewer, are storming the beaches of Normandy, when you land up on
Or
that
the
ridge.
capital.
Yeah, there's a capital pond right there that smells like shit. Yeah, you can dump your gun in there. You know, cool it off a little bit before going back to assaulting.
The fountain outside.
Yeah, outside the Washington Monument or whatever the fuck. You know, apparently it smells like shit. It is not a well maintained fountain, but it's because it's standing water. So
Well, George ain't
what do you
alive
fucking
anymore to
expect?
take care of it. What do you expect?
Yeah, no, that's why his monument's going to shit. It's
Yeah.
crumbling. It's not even pointed at the top anymore. It's like a chipped off like pencil.
Imagine. Ooh.
That'd be the biggest act of rebellion anyone could do. Chop the
Chop
top off of the George Washington Monument. Damn. Or maybe they like shave it so it looks like a big dick. That'd be
They
cra-
painted like a dick overnight.
Yeah, just like little curves and like the veins going inside. That'd be hilarious. That'd be quite hilarious.
Dude.
And then at the top they like stick like a fucking like a rebar rod on the top and like lit parts on spaces on it so it looks like it's coming. That'd be hilarious. That'd be pretty good. That'd be a cool crime. Some crimes are cool. That would be a cool crime.
I would love to have that person on this show.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you can do that, if you can perform this task, get caught for it, we will bail you out and then bring you on the podcast.
Well, I don't know about bail you out, but when you get
We will
out,
bring
we'll
you on
have-
the podcast for sure. One of those things is true.
One of
That's
those
bringing
things
you on
is
the podcast. Yeah, reading school. Yeah, you can do a lot of time. You can do a lot of reading when you're in the can. That's something you can do.
Motherfucker, god damn it. Oh, this fucking metal always fucking It's fucking shit up. Look at this.
Yeah,
Got
it's
in my
a
pants. God damn it.
yeah, it's an old sharp desk. Yeah, pointy. Gets in there.
God damn it. I like these pants.
Oh, you can just sew it up. Just do a little suture in there. But books. Currently still reading Stephen King's Tommy Knockers. It is it's a pretty solid book. It's I think it's Stephen King's only book that I've read that it's just specifically about aliens. Not like not eldritch horrors, not otherworldly like dimensionally otherworldly or like different type of, existence reality type. No, just straight up aliens. Like the flying saucer and everything, just straight up aliens. It's pretty solid.
How long is it?
It's like 740 some pages. I'm on 500, so I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, I'll get it done in the next couple days. But it's a big read, a solid read, a good read. I'm not sure what a lot of others fans think about it, but I think it's pretty good.
What are you thinking of giving it a rating so far out of everything you've read?
Probably it's probably like a 7, probably like an 8.
That's pretty good.
It's a good book. It's
When
good,
did he write
good
it?
alien book. I think in like the 80s, like 86, 87. I think that's when the copyright was because it takes place in 88. I think so. It's around that time. It's a great fucking book. Aliens. They take control people with their radiation like technology.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not great. Everyone gets smarter, which is cool. But then no, start turning into aliens and whatnot.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Not great, especially when all your teeth fucking fall out and all your hair goes away and your skin becomes translucent. And if you're a woman, you're on your period constantly. Yeah, no, it's not great.
Sucks to be her.
Sucks to be all of them. But yeah, all their everyone's teeth start falling out.
Oh God.
Yeah, just multiple at a time, just because there's so much alien radiation coming off of this fucking spaceship they're trying to unearth. It's just fucking them up. They're becoming.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about the teeth cutting your dick when the
Yeah, exactly. Very very gummy, very delicious. But if you got a steel plate in your head, you're fine because it has a hard
the
time.
radiation blocks off.
Yeah, because it's going into their minds and shit. There's one guy who got like in a skiing accident and he has like steel plate in his head from that, and they can't read him as much, and he's not as affected by the radiation from it because that steel plate's blocking it. There's an older dude who was in World War II and he was near like a bomb that went off, and then he has like 2 steel plates, so he's really fucking he's solid.
So what you're saying is we should all get steel plates embedded into our heads.
Yeah,
That way the government doesn't listen in on us. All those lizard people.
Exactly. Tinfoil hats are no longer enough. You have to get steel surgically implanted within your skull, in your cerebellum, to be able to repel these radioactive waves coming from the government and or aliens.
Wait, so in that book, couldn't I just wear a helmet then? Like a really strong metal helmet? Or like a night helmet?
Maybe, but it's just a helmet. It's not within like your skull. So I don't know. Not maybe, just maybe, because it's also the way it infects you is through your breathing too. So there's this one dude who comes in, it's towards where I'm at right now, and he puts on an oxygen mask and he's not getting as affected anymore. So it is some type of radiation that you breathe in. It's not only just affecting your mind, it's also going into you through your respiratory system. So I'm not entirely sure. There are some physical boundaries to this magical space phenomenon. So maybe a heavily lead-laden helmet could block off some of these effects. But no one has that in the town of Haven in northern Massachusetts or Maine. So get fucked.
That's what you get for living in Maine.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's a great book. Almost done with it. I'm going to finish it probably by the end of this weekend or some shit. And then afterwards, I'm going to go on to either Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by one Hunter S. Thompson or The Count of Monte Cristo. One of those 2 books is what is going to happen next.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas sounds interesting.
Yeah, there was a movie made off it with Johnny Depp playing the titular Hunter S. Thompson.
What's the movie called?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, all right.
It's just direct. It's like because Hunter Thompson, he was a journalist. He did tons of drugs. He was super into LSD and shit. And he was really like a interesting writer because he had that frame of mind,
Mm-hmm.
And at least the movie, I don't know how much is translated directly from the book of the movie, but the movie is he goes to Las Vegas to report on this race that happens in the desert, and he's in like this dune buggy driving the dunes and shit, and it's like all sandy and shit, and he's like, fuck this. And it's like a whole just like somewhat journey, like a psychedelic journey through his own subconscious and understanding of like the world, I guess, and just completely drug fueled and somewhat nonsensical in points. But he was a brilliant journalist, and a lot of people. He wrote a lot of articles, I guess, and he had money, so he was good at what he did. So I'm assuming it's going to be good.
When did the movie come out?
like
90s?
90s or something like that. Yeah, because
Mm.
it's not DiCaprio. Who'd I say? Fucking
Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yeah, and he's not super. He's not like Gilbert Grape young. He's a bit older. So yeah, probably in the later 90s around there, maybe early 2000s. I don't know, somewhere around there. It's a good time. And the County Monte Cristo. That's just a classic.
Well, I like the food.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of a Count Chocula. He's my kind of count. Or the Sesame Street count. He doesn't count too high. That's why I like him.
I like the Jackson 5 count. A,
You
B,
see?
C. Yeah.
Easy
Yeah,
as
it's
1,
wide.
2, 3, because it only goes up to 3, you see. That's why it's a good count.
Yeah, and I have 5 fingers, so
Yeah,
it
so you don't
fits.
even need the 2 of them. Even if you fuck up, you still got another finger or 2 to make up for where you left off. It's easy. Makes sense. Yeah, Count of Monte Cristo. It's good.
It bangs me on the head.
Yeah, Count of Monte Cristo is good. It's about this fucking dude who gets like locked away, I guess, for a crime he didn't commit, and it's about how he escapes from the prison and then goes back to his homeland and then gets revenge on the people who imprisoned him. It's apparently a great book. Both somewhat short, less than 700 pages. That's for fuck sure. So
Yeah, 700, that's a lie. I can't. I'll read a book if it's
Yeah.
like less than 100 pages, maybe.
Sometimes you gotta
Big text,
you
big
gotta be in it.
text.
Oh yeah, this text is kind of not small, but 700 pages worth of text. So
Too much.
yeah, you gotta be into it. But it hooked me pretty early because I like me some aliens. So yeah, Tom and Arcus wasn't too bad.
Now, but the real question is, Nick, if aliens do invade and they start living amongst our society, but we can't mate with them, how would you feel?
Well, it depends entirely on other scenarios. Do we know they're here? Do we? What's their standing with us? Are they contributing to the economy and or the government? Are they pawns of the proletariat, or are they good working class people like us?
Yeah, well, they come in and they integrate within our society. They help us advance and do
Oh,
everything.
okay.
But like, we can't mate with them because we just some sort of thing, physical aspects of their body, we just can't.
I'm sure there's a hole or two I could do something with. If not, I can make one.
Sure.
Yeah. Life would go on and have one or two more holes to potentially insert myself into.
All right.
That would depend entirely on their physical makeup.
Well, right, of course. You don't want a fucking ugly alien.
Yeah, no, God no, who would? No, that's why the Asari are so great for Mass Effect because they're all hot, they're all bangable, every single one of them.
I don't remember what they look like.
They're just the fucking blue people, the blue tentacle head people that everyone make the porn of.
I didn't know there was a porn.
There's tons.
You've seen it?
They're hot. Yes,
Yes.
they're hot aliens. Who else is a hot alien? Quarians can be hot. Quarian females, they can be hot. That's a good thing about the Asari too. They're all female, or rather, they none of them have a gender, but they all got tits. But that's another thing. Maybe they don't. Maybe the minds of the perceiver change them to what they are.
Oh, that'd be trippy.
There's a sequence like that, and I think it's Mass Effect 1. There's a human, a Turian, and a Solarian, and they're in like a strip club.
That sounds like the beginning of a joke.
Exactly. And there's an Asari dancing, and the human's like, yeah, whatever the fuck. And the Turian, I think the point is they're all seeing her as looking similar, or the Asari as similar to their own race. So that's why. So the Asari they can mate with any race, but their offspring are just. They look like Asari, but they have traits of the other race. So if Asari and a Krogan mate, it'll look like an Asari, but have some Krogan like coloration on the tentacles, and they'll be like more aggressive, whatever the fuck. If they're with the Turian, they'll have like Turian types of shit, But yeah, maybe that's just part of their DNA. They just they're sort of like Mystique from X-Men in a way, where whatever race perceives them, that's the racial features they take on to make them more appealable to that race, so that they can continue, the profligation of the Asari.
I didn't understand half the words you just said.
Well, play Mass Effect 2 or finish Mass Effect 1, and then you'll see.
Nah, I wasn't really that into it that much.
Yeah, no, it's a very long game. They're pretty long.
Oh, that's not the problem. I just
Yes.
I wasn't too much into the world and stuff.
Yeah,
It
it's all
didn't
right.
tickle my pickle that much.
I feel space fantasy is not for everyone. Space opera is not for everyone.
Oh, big old fat lady floating in space.
Oh yeah, big old Hanhar. Big old fuck. What are they called? There's the Hanhar, and those are the tentacle octopus guys, and the Elcor, the Hanhar and the Elcor. Oh, those are cool. That's the thing about Mass Effect. They got tons of cool races. You're right. The story of Mass Effect, whatever, like the main story that you, Commander Shepard, are going through is okay, but like the world and lore surrounding the entirety of Mass Effect, that's where the real interesting shit is.
like some music recommendations.
Oh,
That's pretty
exactly
interesting.
like those. Caesar, what's your music recommendation? Because I forgot to write one down this week.
I got one. Don't worry. I screenshot it.
Nice. That'll give me time to think of one of my own. No, I think I just did saying those words.
So I came across. What?
saying
You
those
figured
words.
one out?
Saying those words. One of my own. I figured out a song that I was thinking of earlier. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. This is a song that came up on random radio listening that I was listening to the other day, and it's indie rock,
Nice.
but it's more. And I say indie rock mainly because it's more of like him just independently producing this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really sound like your typical indie rock, but it's more just like straight, like kind of punky, but it's not punk rock.
Punky Brewster.
No,
That's a character from like a 90s or 80s sitcom, I think.
Punky Rooster.
Yeah, Punky Brewster. Jesus.
Yemen.
It's the Yemenese army.
No, but my music recommendation for this week is a song called "Things Will Get Worse" by Harrison Gordon. Now, this isn't the first song that I heard from him that came up on the radio list that I told you about. The first song was called Kirby Downbeat.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is a song about him talking about childhood and stuff like that, like missing playing video games and stuff. But yeah, I really like the way I like the way that this guy writes for his lyrics because it's very relatable to everything that he's saying that I feel that's personally in my life.
Nice.
So that's why I really like this song because the composition itself and stuff is like pretty standard, like a lot of your regular punky and like rock lines that you would hear. A lot of chord strummings, not too many crazy things going on. But I just like the way he sings and the lyrics that he put in it.
Nice. Good shit. Punky Brewster. Look him up. My recommendation is a song by the Eagles. I forgot the song I was thinking of. I know the tune it goes, but I can't think of the name of it. So I'm gonna recommend "Keep It Easy" by the Eagles, or "Take It Easy." That's what it is. Take It Easy.
By the Eagles.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta take it easy. You know, it's a really good song. You know, sometimes you gotta escape from the troubles in your life. You know, even if they're hard to escape, you gotta learn to take it easy sometimes. Yeah.
Just like this podcast. When you listen to it, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Vibe out.
Yeah, listen to it. That's as is the name of the podcast. Listen to it. Vibe out. Vibin. Take it easy. Be taking it easy. Always be vibing.
If you guys made it to the end of this episode, give us a like.
Do it. If you got this far, you probably obviously liked it. And even if you didn't, you listened this far anyways. So we kind of were like I was deserving of that rare candy for catching all 28 versions of Unknown. We deserve a like on this podcast if you've listened this far, because you know.
But nobody's going to listen this far. Let's be honest. Maybe two people.
Someone will. I will in the background of my own personal browser.
Well, sure, but we don't count. We don't count.
True. So besides that, maybe a couple people. We've tried this before. If you listen this far, put down eggplant in the comments. Write eggplant so we know you got this far.
No, put the emoji.
Yeah,
put the emoji.
Yeah, put the emoji of an eggplant. Make a couple. Put 2 or 3 if you feel like it.
Put the crying tear splatters on the end of one of them, so we can see.
And then a peach afterwards to let us know that you're into peach schnapps.
Ooh, peach schnapps sounds good.
Ooh, what up? Butterscotch schnapps. What they drink in South Park? What was it Randy was drinking? He was drinking. It was just s'more. He was drinking s'more schnapps. That's what it was.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I want to try some s'more schnapps. Schnapps.
Now, Butters, you can't be doing that. I told Mr. Mackey. Okay? Children, we can't be going around talking about things like that, you know?
I don't remember that episode.
No, I'm just saying what some random shit that sounds like he would say.
No, kids, if you do drugs, you're going to have a bad time. Okay? If you drink this s'more schnapps without giving me a taste, you're going to have a bad time. Okay?
Ooh,
that's a nice one.
I think I left the turkey on in the oven. I got to go check on it.
All right. You do that. He doesn't know how to cook a fucking turkey.
What'd you say?
I put a plastic turkey in there. He doesn't even fucking know. He thinks it's been cooking. The light's on. The light's on. The oven's not even on. He doesn't know. He thinks it's cooking. I keep putting layers of brown paint over it, so he thinks it's cooking. He doesn't fucking know. Just let him think that. It's better for him that way.